Right, this one is again going for the lots of work going on look. This time we are talking about human migration out of Africa. We know that the Neanderthals, Denisovans, and potentially another Homo erectus probably was one of the older Homo genus, moved out of Africa and became Denisovan and Neanderthal. But what we don't realise is at this point the Sahara was very green. But we're not looking in the Sahara we don't know who lived there. All migration patterns of the Homo genus out of Africa always go up the east coast. Bear in mind sea levels were a lot lower, so the Mediterranean would have been a lot smaller. So the Strait of Gibraltar would have been a lot smaller, and you could have, with the primitive boats they had, it would have probably been a lot easier to cross. But there's no mention of the Homo genus going up the west coast of Africa, moving across and going up the west coast and into Europe via the west coast. Why is that? Always the east coast into Asia, and then going around into Asia Minor, and then looping around and going into Europe, or going further into Asia, or travelling down the subcontinent and then through into Indonesia, and then potentially across the Pacific Islands. So why did they avoid the west coast of Africa? Or more importantly, who was there that stopped them going up the west coast of Africa? Because when you look at human history, generally we don't move. The only time we don't move into a place is when it's already existing with someone that's generally technically more advanced. So who is that species that existed on the west coast of Africa? Are they still with us today in hiding, or did they completely die out due to Great Flood 10,000 years ago at the end of the